Hi, this is Sabina from Sabina's Place. Today we're making a wire beaded tree, and let me show you what tools I'm using to do so. I've got a ruler to measure the length of the wire with. I've got a round nose plier. I've got a flat nose plier. I am working with a 24 gauge jewelry wire, and this one is a gold tone, and I'm also have some really nice green seed beads here. It's a mix of different colors which will give your little tree a lot of depth. So let's get started. First we're going to measure our wire, and I've got a 12-inch ruler here. I'll take my wire and I run it twice the length of this ruler here. So each individual branch that I'm going to work with is going to have 24 inches. And I'll cut that with my flat nose pliers. And let me get the ruler out of the way. Then I'm going to fold this wire in half just to give me a little bit of a gauge where I'm at in terms of length. And I'll take one of the wires, one side, and I string 7 beads on it. Now you could do less if your beads are a little bit smaller, or you might have to do a little bit more if your seeds are bigger. The key here is that we want this to be able to fold into an oval. So let's push those all the way down to where we folded the wire in half, right here. And I will hold this and twist it once. So this is what it looks like now, and then I will start twisting this to hold it in place. So let me do that. And I twist it maybe, say a 1/4 inch like this. Let me get the out of the way here. About a 1/4 inch before I start the next leaf. But you see how the 7 seed beads really make a pretty leaf shape. Okay, now on the same wire we're gonna fold the next leaf out. So I put another 7 beads onto my wire, push them down. And this time I'm not going all the way to where I twisted the wire. I'll stay approximately a little bit more than that 1/4 inch up. That way I have enough room to still twist and move it from the main stem. So once I have it like this, I'll start twisting again. Okay, almost there. A couple more twists. Okay, now you see I've got 2 little leaves on this stem. So now I'll use the other stem and I'll continue to do so. And let me show you what this full branch looks like. Here you go. This is what each individual stem is going to look like. You'll see on one side I have a top leaf and 2 pairs of leaves on each side, and on this side I just did a double leaf. That gives the little tree a nice shape. Now I'm going to make either 5 or 7 of those individual little branches, and then we'll come back to see how we're pulling it all together. Okay, now that we have several of these branches prepared, we can start assembling our little tree. Remember, you can do as many or as few branches as you'd like. I would recommend that you go with an odd number, as that just tends to make the tree a little bit more natural in its shape. But let's get started. We'll take two of the branches we prepared and I align them on top of each other. And then I'll start twisting where I left off on the individual branch twist right here. And I'll twist, I would say, probably another 1/4 inch or so to where the branches now are together in one piece. And we'll do the same with the other branches. One variation that you have is if you bring together two branches and combine them, and then after 1/2 inch of wrapping, you can bring in your third branch right here. That gives it an individual look by adding more than what you had on the first one we did. You can see how this turns into a really nice branch. And then once you have all of them together, you just continue to twist, and we're now starting on the actual stem, the actual trunk of the tree. And you just twist, and you can go a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on how tall you want your tree. And you see how this is all one piece at this point, and we can get started on the roots now. Okay, now for the roots, I'll divide the remaining wire into 3 pieces. Then I twist the 2 bigger ones right here for about 1/4 inch, and then I'll start dividing them up to make smaller individual roots. And when you display this little tree, you have a couple of options, and I'll show you what each of them looks like in just a moment. But in general, you can either put it into a little container that's filled with marbles or glass nuggets or whatever fits your decor, or you can cut the roots back a little bit and glue it onto a piece of rock, maybe add a little polymer critter to make a really cute nature scene. So I'm done with the roots, and I've got them a little bit uneven, make them look natural. Okay, with the roots done, we're going to pull apart the branches a little bit, bend them in different directions, pull them down a little bit, make them look natural, whatever you want your little tree to look like, and then we're ready to display it. My personal favorite is to put them on a rock. This one here I found in my backyard, and then you plant the little tree on this rock, and I tend to glue it on there. Sometimes I put some pebbles around it, or a little bit of moss to make it look natural. You can also add some of your little polymer critters, and here you go. For more craft ideas, come visit me at sabinasplace.com.